Good morning. Good morning. Monday morning, August 2nd. Hope you're doing well. Not sure when you're watching this. Glad that you're here. Today I want to talk to you about, by the way, this is Burke. If this is your first time here, glad that you made it here. Today I want to talk to you about struggles and strain. Well, truth of the matter is, if you're living life, you're going to have it. You know that, I know that. But still, we have to deal with it. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. I think if you look at what Simone Biles went through at the Olympics, that was on the biggest of all stages, and she had some issues demons that she had to deal with so much that it affected her safety. And what do they call it? The twisties or something like that. But in any event, many of us face fear, doubt, uncertainty. A lot of us stress out over relationships, economic things, our children, just our lives. And, life is sometimes not that easy, right? And we have to deal with it. So, the idea that not having any difficulties or strains or obstacles to overcome, that's not realistic. That's not living. Last I checked, those that don't have any problems are not breathing, and we don't know too much about those cats. A lot of it depends how they live their life, right? But it's in the struggle that we live. And I think if there's one thing I want you to take away from this message is that we become acutely aware, right, that the problems are there, that we don't go into the bottle and drink our problems away or take drugs, because that just further compounds it, right? Because once you get off the friggin' booze or the drugs, they're still there. So not only do you have the problem that existed, you also have, the compounding effect of, a drug problem or an eating problem or a watching TV problem. And I know some people just say, hey, I got to get away from my problems just for a second. But let me ask you this. What if instead of trying to avoid it or run away from them, what if you just confronted it head on? What would that be like? You see, the fact that we give those challenges, and most of the time they're temporary, right? We give it our maximum attention. Just be aware that they're there. And by you being aware that they're there and bring it closer to your chest, you watch how they melt away. You realize that, hey, most of the time we're in our head and we're thinking about a future outcome that hasn't even happened yet. So we're all stressing out and wigging out about something that hasn't happened yet. And a lot of times when it does happen, we can make a different choice and on how we react to it. And we come to learn that it really isn't that bad. So it's the old saying, the anticipation of the punch is much worse than the punch. So I invite you to embrace your challenges. I invite you to water them down, let them melt away, bring them in really close to you, and you watch and see how you come to the realization, hey, I'm not sure why I'm all upset and wigging out about this, right? It's a lot of it's in my head. I don't know who said this, but it says most humans live in the future, and that's why we spend so much time there. So let's stop living in the future for just a quick second if you're going through some tough times, and live in the present, and let's melt away those issues, a lot of it that we're just fabricating. Okay, this is it. This is Burke Hedges coming to you from my home office in Clearwater, Florida. Make it an awesome day. Take care.